Unlocking modal verbs in passive voice. Quiz time. Hello learners. Welcome back to our ongoing series on modal verbs. Today we are delving into an exciting part of our journey: quizzes and tests. We will assess and evaluate your understanding of using modal verbs in passive sentences. So buckle up, and let's get started. Before we begin, let's have a quick recap. Modal verbs in passive voice are used to indicate a range of attitudes and perceptions about the likelihood, ability, permission, and obligation of an action that has been done to the subject. Examples include can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must. When used in the passive voice, these verbs express the same ideas, but the focus is on the action, not who is doing the action. Here is an example. The cake must be eaten. In this sentence, must is the modal verb expressing an obligation, and be eaten is the passive voice phrase indicating the action done to the cake. Now, let's dive into our quizzes. In this section, I will be giving you sentences, and your task is to convert them into the passive voice using the correct modal verb. Don't worry, we will go through each answer and explanation afterwards. Example quiz. Active voice: you must clean the room. Passive voice. Let's look at the answer and explanation to the quiz. Active voice: you must clean the room. Passive voice: the room must be cleaned. Explanation. Here, the subject is you, and the object is the room. In passive voice, the object becomes the subject, thus, the room. The modal verb, must, remains the same, but the verb, clean, changes to be cleaned, which is the past participle of the verb. The tests work similarly to the quizzes, but here, you will not only convert active voice to passive voice, but also create your own sentences using modal verbs in passive voice. This will really test your understanding and application of this topic. Example test. Create a sentence in passive voice using the modal verb, should. Let's look at a possible answer to the test. The work should be completed by tomorrow. Explanation. In this sentence, the work is the subject. Should is the modal verb expressing an expectation or advice, and be completed is the passive voice phrase indicating the action done to the work. Well done on completing these quizzes and tests. Your understanding of using modal verbs in passive sentences is essential to mastering intermediate grammar. I hope you found this session helpful. Keep practicing, and remember, grammar is the key to unlocking the beauty of any language. Stay tuned for more lessons, and until then, happy learning!